We sift through, stacks of sources to pull out the interesting bits, the insights, all for you.
We try to connect the dots, see what patterns emerge.
And today, we're jumping into that whirlwind of celebrity romance. Specifically, the headlines around Tom Cruise, who's 63, and Ana de Armas, 37.
Yeah, it's definitely got people talking. We've got a couple main sources lined up.
That's right. We've got an exclusive report from the Daily Mail Online, and then a Reddit thread from Pop Culture gives you that raw public reaction.
A real contrast there. One very polished, the other not so much. Unfiltered is probably the word.
Absolutely. So our mission here is to unpack this alleged romance, look at the different takes, the theories flying around.
And figure out why this pairing is grabbing so much attention beyond just, another celeb couple.
Okay, let's get into it.
It really is fascinating how you get these two totally different stories side by side.
So the Daily Mail kicks things off, painting this picture of them looking, quote, smitten on a yacht in Menorca.
Right, the classic romantic getaway setting.
And they give details. Anna placing a hand on his leg, both wearing matching straw hats. Fedoras, I think?
Oh, the matching hats detail. Interesting.
Yeah, she's in a white lacy dress. He's in a white shirt, black shorts. Very picturesque.
It definitely paints a certain image. Relaxed, affectionate, coordinated.
Yeah.
Maybe too coordinated.
Ah, well, that's the question, isn't it? How spontaneous is a shot like that from the Daily Mail?
Exactly. Especially with a high-profile star like Cruise.
They also lay out this timeline. Starts with them being linked back in February.
Okay.
Then a professional dinner in London on Valentine's Day, interestingly.
Professional on Valentine's Day.
Then in March, cheeky smiles after a flight to a London heliport. April, celebrating her 37th birthday together in London, park stroll included.
It builds quite a narrative step by step.
And by mid-May, an insider says Cruise was super smitten.
That progression, it feels very neat, almost like a PR timeline sometimes does. How do you tell the difference?
That's the million-dollar question. And then there's the whole generosity thing the Mail highlights.
Yes, the gifts.
The insider says Cruise is showering Anna with gifts, calls it his thing, says he's thoughtful.
Okay, so what kind of gifts are we talking about?
Started with favorite flowers, then books. Apparently she reads a lot. Then it moved up to jewelry, gold bracelets, designer clothes.
Right, the usual high-value items.
But the biggest gift, according to this source, is the ability to go anywhere in the world at a moment's notice because she loves to travel.
Now that is a unique perk. Access to, presumably, a private jet. That's beyond just a bracelet. It frames it as enabling experiences.
It does. But, it also plays into that narrative of grand gestures, which we might touch on later.
Definitely. It raises that question again. Genuine affection or something else. Like love bombing, maybe?
We should also mention the professional link. They worked together before.
Right. The movie Wasp Network back in 2019.
And they're currently co-starring in a new one, Deeper, a supernatural thriller with Doug Liman directing.
And Anna herself has confirmed she's got multiple projects lined up with Cruise, Liman, and Christopher McQuarrie.
So there's a clear professional foundation there. It's not like they just met randomly.
That's key context. It gives a reason for them spending time together, initially at least. Shared work can definitely lead to personal connections.
Before we jump to the public reaction, the Mail briefly touches on past relationships. Anna's last known was with Manuel Cuesta.
Steps into Cuba's president, yeah.
Yeah.
That ended around November 2024.
And for Cruise, they mention recent links to Elcina Kairova, the Russian socialite, and Haley Atwell, his Mission Impossible co-star.
Okay, so that sets the stage. Recent history for both.
Now, let's switch gears. If the Daily Mail is one side of the coin,
The Reddit thread is definitely the other side. Prepare for whiplash.
Right. So, digging into the pop culture thread, the immediate vibe from many users is skepticism. Big time.
You see that a lot with celebrity news online.
A lot of people are calling it PR. Specifically, a PR to gain momentum and get the movie funded.
The movie angle again? Is there detail on that?
Yeah, someone specifically mentions Warner Bros. Apparently rejected a big budget, like $275 million, for a film Tom and Anna were working on. Put it on hold.
Okay, so that provides a potential motive for a PR relationship in the eyes of these commenters.
Exactly. Comments like, dumbest story, farce, zero chance this is a real romance, just very dismissive.
It shows a deep cynicism, doesn't it? A default assumption that it must be manufactured, especially when big money or projects are involved.
It really does. But beyond PR, the age gap also became a thing, but maybe not how you'd expect.
Oh, how so? Cruise is 63, she's 37. What was the reaction?
Well, initially, some confusion. Some users actually said she was too old for him.
Too old. That seems counterintuitive given the usual discourse.
Right. But then another user jumped in, clarifying. They brought up the old theory that Cruz divorced all his exes when they turned 33.
The infamous 33 rule. That's often linked to Scientology speculation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Implying it's some weird Scientology thing. But then you also had a counter-argument.
Let me guess that he's older now.
Pretty much. Someone pointed out, look, he's in his 60s. Maybe that rule was just coincidence or doesn't apply anymore.
It's a recurring point of debate whenever he's linked with someone. Shows how long these narratives stick around.
But yeah, that leads directly into the overwhelming theme on Reddit, Scientology.
That seems almost inevitable in discussions about Cruz.
Many users just flat out call it a cult. There are claims about Katie Holmes having to go through auditing.
Which someone clarified wasn't electroshock therapy, right? But still presented as something intense she had to endure.
Correct. And the allegations get really serious. Users claim Cruz snatched his first set of kids from their mother and abandoned the next one.
Wow, those are incredibly strong accusations being thrown around in a public forum.
And about the organization itself, users claim it utilizes actual slavery, child labor, and additional horrendous acts, even mentioning murder. Just really extreme claims reported there.
It's important to stress these are user claims from the Reddit source, but it shows the level of hostility and the nature of the allegations circulating publicly.
Absolutely. And naturally, this intense focus shifts onto Ana de Armas.
People start speculating about her involvement or potential involvement.
Exactly. Will she become a Scientologist? Has she done the initial intake? Users are throwing around Scientology jargon like OT3, the whole, the RPF.
The Rehabilitation Project Force, yeah.
Yeah.
These are terms associated with, let's say, the more controversial aspects discussed by critics and former members.
And one user just says, L. Ron Hubbard does not approve if she isn't a Scientologist. It's like they see it as an all-or-nothing situation for her.
It really highlights how much baggage, public perception-wise, comes with being linked to Cruz. Her own identity almost gets overshadowed by the Scientology narrative for these commenters.
Which leads to a lot of, well, warnings directed at her.
Like people telling her to be careful.
Oh, yeah. Lots of, run, Anna, don't be stupid, or you're on your own, girl, don't come crying to us.
Bit harsh, maybe.
Some are. One person suggests she'll probably go to Katie for help. Another just says, girl, you don't need these PR relationships, especially this one danger.
There's a sense of protective concern from some, but also judgment.
Definitely judgment, too. Like, at this point, dating TC is a choice. And what an idiot, sorry. She deserves whatever happens to her.
Wow. Okay, so not much sympathy there.
Yeah.
Placing the responsibility firmly on her.
Her past relationship with Ben Affleck gets brought up, too. A user contrasts Affleck with Cruz, basically saying Affleck had his issues, but wasn't, allegedly tied to a cult.
But still kind of critical of her choices overall.
Yeah, concluding with something like, homegirl is failing upward with these romantic suitors, and I hope she comes out okay. It's a weird mix of criticism and faint hope.
And you mentioned another contentious claim about her past.
Yes, a user made a very strong claim, linking her to the son of Cuba's former leader, accusing her of spending state money. Then they used some extremely harsh language about her character because of it.
Again, important to note that's a specific user's accusation from the source, not verified fact. But it shows the kind of negative framing she's facing from some corners.
Absolutely, and comments just questioning her judgment. I thought she would have had more sense than this. Baffling.
It seems like her entire history and decision-making process are under the microscope.
And Cruz's patterns aren't spared either. Users talk about love bombing and stunts.
Right, bringing up examples from past relationships.
Exactly. They mention Nicole Kidman and a field of wildflowers created for her by Tom's team. For Katie Holmes, it was the motorbike red carpet and the couch jumping.
The infamous couch jump.
And for Nazanin Boniati, who was briefly linked, a full wardrobe bought for her, hair, makeup, really specific examples of grand, possibly overwhelming gestures.
And did someone connect Tom's team to Scientology?
Yes, one user explicitly claimed Tom's team means a bunch of forced Scientologist labor. Again, a very serious allegation tied directly to the organization.
So the perception is that these romantic gestures are not just excessive, but potentially linked to the controversial aspects of Scientology itself, according to these users.
That seems to be the implication for many commenters, yeah. It paints a picture of highly orchestrated, potentially manipulative courtships.
But surely not everyone on Reddit was negative? Were there any defenders?
There were a few, yes. Some straightforward support, like, good for Tom Cruise. She's a smoke show.
Okay, classy.
Ah, yeah. Or they make a sweet couple. Tom Cruise is such a movie legend. Carry on entertaining king. Sort of fan support.
And any more reasoned defenses or alternative takes.
One user offered a more pragmatic view. Basically, the relationship could be real because, look, he has a lot of money and clout in Hollywood. And some people want that.
So acknowledging the power dynamics, but suggesting it could still be a genuine choice based on what he offers, professionally or otherwise.
Exactly. A less cynical take, perhaps, suggesting mutual benefit doesn't automatically equal fake.
Fair enough. And what of the actual look of them together? Did Reddit buy the smitten description from the mail?
Oh, definitely not universally. That was another point of contention.
People weren't seeing the chemistry.
Nope. Comments like, they don't look smitten. Or, sarcastically, she has more chemistry with the seat cushion.
Ouch.
And even, is the smitten in the room with us? Just completely questioning that core description from the Daily Mail article.
That's a powerful counterpoint, isn't it? Directly challenging the visual narrative presented by the tabloid based on their own interpretation of the photos.
It really is. Shows how closely people scrutinize these images now.
So wrapping this up, it's just stark. The difference is stark.
It is. You've got the Daily Mail with its glossy, romantic, narrative, smitten couple, yacht trips, thoughtful gifts.
And then you dive into Reddit, and it's this explosion of skepticism, PR theories, deep dives into past relationships, and these incredibly heavy Scientology allegations and warnings.
A completely different universe of interpretation.
It really shows how a celebrity romance isn't just news anymore. It's a trigger for all these other conversations about PR, about belief systems, about past behavior, about power dynamics.
Yeah, it becomes this, like, public forum for debating much bigger things, all projected onto these two individuals.
It's fueled by history, by speculation, by maybe even some shared anxieties people have.
So it leaves you, the listener, with a question, doesn't it? In this age where information and opinions fly so fast.
How much do we really know about these public figures' private lives?
And how much of what we think we know is actually shaped by the stories we're told by the media, or maybe even the stories and the warnings we tell ourselves based on past events?
Something to definitely think about long after this deep dive ends.